Earlier on in the offseason, I made a video kind of clowning on the Orlando Magic and their offseason, but apparently I was a little bit wrong. To everyone's surprise, they know a little bit more about drafting than I do, but with a duo of Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner still on their rookie contract, still super young, I felt like this was a very important offseason for the Magic, maybe to go make a splash in free agency, but they had 2 lottery picks they needed to spend well. Honestly, I didn't really like the additions of Anthony Black or Jett Howard where they were picked. Would have been fine with Anthony Black at 11. Joe Ingles coming in, it's whatever. He's a 35-year-old that's kind of washed up, but he can still shoot that thing. So I was a little bit down on the Magic offseason. But now after the Summer League, now I know everybody loves to overreact to the Summer League, so we're going to be doing a little bit of that today. Not too much, though. So we're going to be talking about the Orlando Magic post-Summer League. So make sure you stick around for the full video, hit the like button, and leave me a comment down below, as it'll really help us out in the YouTube algorithm. Now let's go ahead and get started. But first, if you're not subscribed, obviously, probably there's a large percentage that you're not subscribed. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It takes about a second of your time. Post notifications as well. This is the place you want to be if you're an NBA fan. Now let's go ahead and get started looking at the draft. Like I said, originally I was not a big fan of this draft class, but it is starting to grow on me, especially after the Summer League. Anthony Black, he averaged 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists at Arkansas, and if he can develop a three-point shot, he's going to be really, really good for this Magic team, and it's going to be one of the point guards is going to be going, if not two. 45% from the field, but 30% from three. 2.1 steals, so a good defender. He did struggle a bit when it comes to creation because, as you'll see in some of these clips, Arkansas really did not have a floor spacer this year. Nick Smith Jr. was hurt a lot of the year. They really relied on that freshman, I forget his name, but he could shoot a little bit. There he is in the picture right there. To help Anthony Black out, but being 6'7" doesn't hurt either. I think he's going to be at least a good NBA point guard. If he gets that jump shot, he's going to be really, really good. Jett Howard, 14 points a game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Dude played pretty well in the Summer League. I'm not going to lie. It didn't look like the line moving back really hurt his jump shot whatsoever. 42% from the field, 37% from 3, 80% from the free throw line in college. And then, like I said, in the Summer League, he played very well, or at least from downtown. Really didn't take too much offense inside of the three-point arc, similar to in college where he shot 7 threes per game and only 4 non-threes per game. I think Jett Howard is going to pan out just fine, though. A guy that, he kind of had that NBA bag from the day he set foot on Michigan. Dad being an NBA player didn't hurt. But again, these are not easy shots. And the thing that I think is really going to help him out, as you can see there, he's already got the range. The line being backed up is not going to hurt him at all. And then some of these shots are really tough shots. That's moving to your left, kind of fading away into the other team's bench. That's not an easy shot. These are not catch and shoot threes. That's one dribble rising up over somebody. Probably about 6'5" right there with a hand up. That's a tough shot as well. Here, this is just step back over. He's about 6'10", right? That is tough. Tough shot maker there. Jett Howard is 37% from 3, taking a lot of those shots. It's pretty impressive. Now, another shooter they bring in, Joe Ingles. 2 years, $22 million deal. I believe the second year is team option, so it's not guaranteed. They needed shooting in a bad way. They had to spend some cap space because per the new CBA rules, you have to spend about 90% of your cap space. So, you can't just wait around forever for the right free agents to come open. So the 1 + 1 year or 1 + 1 year deals is what we saw a lot of this offseason. Bruce Brown, Fred VanVleet with that extra year from the first 2. But you can see Joe Ingles, still an elite shooter, 45% from the field, 41% from 3, 87% from the free throw line. But again, at 35 years old, the age is a bit of a question mark for me. However, I'm still liking Joe Ingles for the Magic. Now let's take a look at the point guard situation. Anthony Black being drafted with the number 6 overall pick basically guarantees he's going to be getting minutes this year, which means one of these guys will not. As for Markelle Fultz, I feel like he is locked in as a starting point guard. 14 points per game, 5.7 assists, and 3.9 rebounds per game last year. He was really solid. The Magic, again, started 5-20 last year, and then once he came back into the lineup, once him, Wendell Carter Jr. and company came back into the lineup, they started playing a lot better. 51% from the field, 1.5 steals. However, again, for him, he's kind of like an older, more veteran version of Anthony Black, where he just can't shoot the 3-ball. Big body guard that can defend and facilitate, can't really shoot. Cole Anthony, I feel like he has potential to be the microwave guy off the bench for the Magic. It's between Cole Anthony and Jalen Suggs. It's for who gets the boot here, in my opinion. Anthony, 45% from the field, 36% from 3 in 26 minutes. You asked him to be more efficient this year, and he was. And then Jalen Suggs, 10 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Not exactly the season you would have liked. Yeah, Suggs might be on the way out, but he's such an elite defender, it's hard to give him the boot. Maybe it's Cole Anthony, maybe it's Jalen Suggs, I don't know. Maybe Anthony Black just plays in the G League this year, I don't know. But one thing I do know is that, in my opinion, the Magic have, if not the best, the second best, under 22-year-old duo in the entire NBA. Franz last year put up numbers 18.6 points per game, 4.1 rebounds. This is a guy that, I had him in my top 10 of his draft class. I thought he was going to be like a lesser version of Gordon Hayward. Turns out, by his second year, he's already almost as good as prime Gordon Hayward. I'm not saying he was as good, almost as good, though. Prime Gordon Hayward was something else. I mean, that's a guy that a lot of NBA fans sleep on. You see the efficiency there, not bad at all. 33 minutes a game, 3.5 rebounds, as well as 1 steal. Man, 6'8", 6'9". It's rumored that he's still growing as well. So, kind of like Alperen Sengun, who they drafted at 6'9", now he's 6'11". Paolo Banchero, the Rookie of the Year, 20 points per game and 6.9 rebounds. At 6'10" with that skill set, he has the potential to really do stuff that not many people can do. I mean, there's not a lot you can do about that right there on defense, especially if you're not trying to step in and take a charge. If you do step in and take a charge, yes, it'll be a foul, but you're probably going to end up with a broken rib. 3.7 assists as well for Paolo. If he starts playing defense, like actually tries on defense and starts facilitating that ball around as well, he's gonna be tough. You better watch out for Paolo Banchero. I'm calling it now. He's gonna be one of the better players in the league here before long. Here's what I think the starting lineup is gonna be next year. Markelle Fultz, Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, Wendell Carter Jr. People again sleep on Wendell Carter Jr. I mean, that is a guy that I feel like he's gonna be giving people buckets this year. He can also defend. He can rebound. He averaged, 16.8 points per game, if I'm remembering correctly, last year. About 8.5 rebounds as well. Jalen Suggs is going to be, really this whole starting five is pretty good defensively, especially if Paolo applies himself. This will be a tough starting five defensively with Jalen Suggs there at the 2. Markelle can defend. Franz will probably be the worst perimeter defender out here, or worst defender out here, but he's not bad either. 6'9", he can move his legs. And then Paolo and Wendell, I like it a lot. And then the bench. You've got even more defense with Anthony Black, with Jonathan Isaac. That's about where it ends, though. Jett Howard, he's really more of an offensive guy. He can be a microwave type guy coming off the bench and getting buckets. And then Joe Ingles at the backup 3. Maybe they just brought him in for veteran leadership, but paying somebody $11 million to come in and be a veteran leader kind of feels a little bit over the top. But again, it is a 1+1 deal, so maybe they just did it to, use up some of that cap space. They also have Mo Wagner, who they re-signed at the backup 5. Keeping the Wagner brothers together in Orlando, I like it a lot, especially when Franz is one of your franchise players. Mo Wagner's not bad either, though. Double figures, about 5-6 rebounds a game. That is not bad. That is solid production at the backup center spot. You also have a guy like Cole Anthony. Where will he fit in? Maybe he fits in at the backup 2. You move Jett down to the backup 3. We'll see. That helps out your scoring a little bit. Unfortunately, Bol is on the way out, and one of the Magic fans I follow, or one of the Magic pages I follow on Instagram, was like, yeah, 6 months ago we thought this guy was a cornerstone piece of our rebuild, and now he's on the open market. He's in Phoenix. Kind of crazy how quick the NBA moves. But yeah, with that being said, that's really going to be it for today's video. Y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on the Orlando Magic offseason and what they have going into next year. I feel like they could, potentially surprise some people and make a playoff push. They were pushing for that at the end of this year. So with that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like button, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Come back later for more NBA content. See you next time.